Welcome back to OK Games, guys. Today we're doing something a little bit different. So today, guys, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play games, but we're gonna also talk about games. So if you're new to the channel, I used to do this thing. I want to get back into it. Honestly, I haven't done it in a while. Called Best of the Worst. That's what I called it. Best of the Worst. And I essentially, I wouldn't call it a video essay because these are not long enough to fucking be that. Absolutely not. Maybe we'll build up to that at some point, but I'm not in the realm of doing video essays at this point. I want to try it, but we're not there yet. It's too long for me right now. But I wanted to talk about these games because I just recently bought a couple of them, and if you are in my age bracket, for those of you who don't know, I am 24. I'll be 25 this year. So older Gen Z, younger millennial. I'm in that weird in between. When we were kids, these games would always come out. I don't know if you were. I don't know if you remember, but these movies turned to video games. It's been a thing for years. It's been a thing since the Atari, fucking ET.
Only from Atari. Made especially for systems from Atari. The video game that lets you help E.T. get home. Just in time for Christmas. Happy holidays from Atari.
But there was, I feel like, in the between the 90s and early 2000s, there was an influx of these Disney Pixar and like DreamWorks movies that were almost immediately becoming video games and being put onto handhelds and consoles. Now, if you remember, N64 had some I would say pretty good ones, in my opinion. Toy Story 2, fucks. I remember loving it as a kid. Even just recently, I watched my roommate play the fucking PS1 Monsters Inc. Game.
This is it, buddy. The big time.
If we get through this, you and I could be the best screen-producing team Monstropolis has ever seen.
But those are the Disney ones, so they're good.
The best screen-producing team Monstropolis has ever seen.
But we're gonna talk more along the lines of Pixar, not Pixar because it's Disney. We're gonna talk about DreamWorks ones, because the DreamWorks ones, they were spitting them out, and maybe they weren't DreamWorks necessarily, like DreamWorks movies, but these fucking not Disney animated movies always getting these games, and the games were not good. The games were not good. I'll tell you though, when I was a kid, I ate that shit up. And there's 3 of them that I want to focus on today, but only one of them I will not play today because I don't own it. And honestly, I've never even played it. But I have friends who genuinely like stand by this game, this movie turned to game. But the ones we will be playing. So the main 3 I want to talk about today is Open Season, Over the Hedge, and Barnyard. Barnyard's the one we're not gonna play because I don't own a copy of it yet. I can't. I haven't found it anywhere. But I do own Over the Hedge and Open Season, and I remember both of those games vividly from my youth, if you will. But these games are crazy because they all came out in the same year, which is something I want to like touch on because these movies came out like relatively the same time too, like 2005, 2006, and all these games are 2006. Like every single one of them. Over the Hedge, 2006. Open Season, 2006. Barnyard, 2006. Like, these games were getting spit out left and right. Also, like, honorable mention, there are a lot of Shrek games that go with the Shrek movies. I have one of them. It's like one of the party ones. But that's a whole other beast to, like, delve into because there's so many Shrek games. Like, I would have to buy all of them if I can play them for you just to, like, fully cross that bridge. So the first section of this video, the first game we're going to talk about is Barnyard, because it's the game we're not going to play. It's the game we don't have anything to play. I'm going to have to find clips of it.
I remember the day the newcomer arrived in the barnyard. That mad cow Otis was up on the roof with his friends.
Do you have a will, Peck? I mean, did you ever think of donating your body to, science?
Just be gentle with me, Otis. It's my first time.
Farmer!
Whoa! Pull me up! Pull me up!
Dude, you're a cow. I'm a mouse. Do the math.
Pig, we got a code red.
Uh-oh. And that was when the newcomer showed up.
Now let me show you a... Of course, you must be starving. Wait right there.
Hey, Peck, you better fasten your seatbelt.
There you go. I'll be back later.
Otis, father to son talk now.
And obviously credit the content creators who recorded themselves playing this game. Because I don't have the game. I can't play it. Never played it. Haven't even watched, at this point in this video, haven't even watched gameplay of it. All I know are the facts about this game. I don't know the subjective, like, opinion. I don't have an opinion on this game. All I'm going to say is it follows the same system that all of these games do, which is it's basically the movie. Like, you're doing missions... From the sounds of it, okay? Because Open Season and Over the Hedge are the same thing. You're doing these missions that are essentially just, like, sections of the movie that you would have watched as a kid.
Can you help me get these little ones into bed?
I guess I'll see you around.
Which is, like, for a kid, that's awesome. Like, you're like, yes, I'm in the game. I'm in the movie, playing the game. Yeah, so fun. From the sounds of it, though, yeah, like, it sounds like, you know, you go out and do missions or whatever. I read briefly on the Wikipedia, there was a section called the barn, and it said, like, you can hang out there. So I imagine that's, like, the barn, like, where, like, the big party scene in the movie is, like, in the barn. But yeah, it follows the same system. So it's like missions related to the movie in terms of the sections of the movie. That's the story mode. And then, of course, there's mini games.
Yeah.
Because all these games have like a multiplayer option like thing to it, but all the multiplayer is these little mini games. That's common. That's like a common theme in like all of these games. That's even in normal like not movie games like Ape Escape 3 comes to mind. There's mini game section. That's the only section of the game that's multiplayer. It's multiplayer because it's mini games. But yeah, so from my understanding with Barnyard, that's its main thing. There's collectibles in it. I saw that as like a short section on the Wikipedia. But the big thing to me is mini games. I like because mini games are always like weird in the context of these movies made to games thing. I don't know. They always seem weird to me. Some of the mini games are just like you might as well just made a shitty party game. Like these mini games remind me of things like the Shrek party game, where it's like that could have just been a mini game in the main movie game, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm rambling because I don't know anything about this game in particular, other than what I can like research real quick. But yeah, it's just boom boom. You know, you're gonna see some clips. I'll show some clips. You'll see what I'm talking about, and maybe I'm wrong, and I will own that after I've watched someone play sections of the game.
One day, Otis left all of a sudden, said he didn't want others to do what he said anymore. That left the newcomer in charge of a difficult situation.
Fucking see what happens. But yeah, no, all I know about Barnyard really is that I know people who absolutely adore it. There's probably a lot of people who are gonna be in the comments saying, "Well, you gotta fucking play it. You don't get it." And you're right. I don't yet. I plan on finding this game. But yeah, so there's you hang out in the barn. There's the missions, and then there's the platforms that came out on. So these games always came out on everything. From what I skimmed over, this game was on Game Boy Advance, so that was like the handheld, and then it was on PlayStation 2 and Wii, maybe Xbox. I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna move up in closer into you guys' space real quick because we gotta see this. No, it was not on Xbox. Okay, so Barnyard was on Game Boy Advance, Windows, so it was a PC game, PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Wii. No Xbox for some reason. That's very strange, but no matter what, I can tell you right now, all of it, 2006. The release is always 2006. The publisher's kind of crazy, because I didn't know this. THQ published this shit. The fuck, didn't know that. That's kind of crazy. Didn't think they would be involved in that. So yeah. So I got this little thing open. Okay. Oh fuck! I forgot I was involved with Nickelodeon. That's probably why. It's different. I want to see the reception of this shit. Not good. The reception is definitely like weird for this game, because Metacritic gives it a 56 out of 100 for Game Boy Advance. GameCube it gets a 66. PC a 67. PlayStation 262, Wii 65. So we're looking at an average of about 60 of 100 when you think about it. Like, I'm not even doing the proper math to get an average, but it's around there. That 56 for the Game Boy Advance really plummets it. But then GameSpot, Games Radar, GameZone, IGN. Fuck IGN. I'm sorry. I can't trust IGN with shit, okay? IGN gave the PC version a 3 out of 10, but somehow the GameCube copy got a 6.7? It's inconsistent across the board. I don't know what they would have done different on the PC version. I don't know. I'm going to trust Metacritic over all the other ones, though, because IGN holds no weight to me. IGN gives awful reviews more often than not. So, I don't trust it. But yeah, no. So we got all the developers. The developer for the Game Boy Advance copy is different than the developer for the other copies. That's very weird to me, but that's their thing. Whatever. Yeah, this game is very like strange to me because I've never played it and I've never seen it played. I'm about to when I get clips of it for this video, but I've never. Yeah, like gameplay. The game has several types of gameplay, missions to mini games. It's in chapters. Within the game, there's a storyline which fits the movie to some extent, but okay, but still goes along its own path. Characters die and are introduced as the game. What? Wait. For instance, as in okay, that's the same as the movie. Yeah, the dad dies in the movie. Fuck. They had me worried. I was like, wait. Missions for the storyline of the game and the movie and vary a lot. Okay. So it's about the same as what I assumed based on that Wikipedia thing about it, which is that it follows the plot of the movie, but they did enough to make it a little different, but it's because you have to. Because in game format, it just doesn't translate. Like, the movie's not going to translate to video game that well. They never do. They never do. There's always something different because you have to fit, like, a game mechanic to this thing. You're not just walking around and talking like how the movie is. There's an actual game mechanic that needs to be included. So, of course, it varies. It's different. But it still follows the movie plot, and that's like the whole point of these games. Again, they're made for kids who watch these movies, right? So it's made for you as a child to play it and go, "Oh my god, I'm in the movie," and be so excited about it. I know that's how I was about them, but I digress. I think that's all I can really say about Barnyard. Fuck IGN. I'll say that every single time I see an IGN review. They're never correct. I'm sorry, I don't trust any IGN reviewer's opinion. Especially when you give a PC copy of a game a 3 out of 10, but the GameCube copy a fucking 6.7. Especially because it was like published or like developed by the same developer. So how is it different to the point that you're giving it such a low? I don't know. We're moving on. We're going to the next one. And I think the next game, because it's fresh in my brain because I've actually played it on my own time voluntarily recently. Not long, but enough. Enough to know that it's not as good as I remember it. Is Open Season. Open Season, which, for those of you who don't know the movie, it's about this bear who is raised by like wilderness scout lady. Like she is like a park ranger. He's adopted and raised by her as a pet. So he's pampered. He's like a giant dog, basically. And because him and this stupid ass deer, voiced by Ashton Kutcher, fucking break into a convenience store and steal snacks, the lady's gotta get rid of him. Gotta get rid of Boog. Boog is the bear's name. Has to get rid of him, and she leaves him in the wild with Elliot by themselves. And the whole point of the movie is trying to get Boog home, because he doesn't know what's going on. And of course there's an antagonist, a fucking hunter, who wants to hunt when it's not hunting season, and whatever. I think that's like the whole point of the name Open Season, is that it's like that I think that's the whole point of it. I don't know. Never really thought too much into it. But that's the plot of the movie. And as you can imagine, the plot of the game is the same. You're supposed to, you start how the movie starts. You start as Boog in a dream. The first sequence is the dream sequence from the movie. With Dinkelman. They really had to hammer home what the fuck this game was, okay? They really had to let us know this is the game. Boog. Oh, oh shit.
Have you seen Dinkelman?
Should be talking. I forgot there's voice acting. This game has full voice acting, by the way. It's crazy. How do I catch Dick? How do I fucking run again? Oh, okay. Like, I'm Boog. I can't jump yet. Come on. There we go. Let me get Dinkelman. Dinkelman! Okay. Oh my god, he's a little backpack. That is so fucking cute. I forgot about that. I got him. And that's the mission. Why is he just laughing? That was the mission. And then you wake up and you're in the garage where he stays at this lady's house. And you go with her into town and you see Elliot, the deer, on the hood of this guy's truck. And, you know, your park ranger lady's mad because, you know, he shouldn't be hunting yet. Open season hasn't started. But he's got this deer tied to the front of his truck. Not dead, by the way, because Elliot's very much alive. Kids movie. They weren't going to have him dead. But yeah, so like you help him, and then, but this is like gameplay mechanics involved, right? So I'm talking, like, I'm just basically giving you a recap of the movie, because up to this point, it is the movie. It's followed it, except there's a whole segment on the drive from home to this, like, to the town, where you have to like lean out of the truck bed, like the Jeep bed, to get these little like they're not coins, they're like these little symbol things, and you gotta like reach out and grab them.
Morning, sleepyhead. Time to get up.
God, this game is ugly. I'm sorry, it just is.
Finally, Houston, I think we have visuals. All aboard.
Okay, so this is a whole mission.
Hold on to your fur,
So I can go. How do I fucking lean under the thing again? There we go. Okay. So you gotta lean and press circle and shit. Oh, bitch, shut up! I just said that. God.
Careful. We don't know where that's been.
I'm gonna grab it anyways. I'm real good at this game. Bam!
That looks like a good catch.
It was. Hella good catch. I don't know, that garbage can thing fucked me up. I think I missed one. Complete a best pickup game. God, her face is fucked. So the whole game mechanic is you leaning from one side of the truck to the other to swipe this thing that's on the road. Very strange. It's a very strange thing to have to do when they could have just jump cut from the car to the city, like to town, but they didn't. They wanted this little in between. It's very weird. It's, as you can imagine, it's not good. My childhood brain thought it was genius because I don't know, but as an adult and having recently replayed it, it's very weird, and it's ugly too. Like the game is actually ugly to look at. Like I don't know why as a kid I thought it looked so good. I played it, and here's the thing: you might be thinking, well, Caleb, like, my dog, like, what are you talking about? It's an old game. Maybe you're just not playing it on the right kind of TV for that. Like, play it on an old, like, tube TV. Why are you playing it on HD TV? The answer is, I played it on a tube TV, and it's fucking ugly as shit, even on a tube TV. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Color cables and all, the game is ugly. It's not good. It does not look good. It does not translate well. outside of 2006 when it was released. Again, 2006 with these games. It's oh my god, it was not good. And I know for a fact that there's mini games in this because I remember playing 2-player as a child, and I swear there's mini games in this one too. But we'll get to that. Yeah. So like it's just full of these stupid little missions that basically progress you through the movie. So there's a whole section where Elliot's crush, that like girl deer, is around. And you gotta like use a smell mechanic to find the right flower that she likes to give it to Elliot to give to her. Grab a red and a blue flower. Easy.
Stop! See the human? Humans are bad.
Okay. Well, where am I supposed to grab this other flower? I've done this mission, so I don't remember the person in front of the blue flower.
Let's do it again.
Bye, bitch. Him shooting me didn't do fuck all. It just kind of gave me a little dizzy. There's like a whole segment with the skunks where you gotta like corral their kids to them. Damn, he's pissed. How do they know I'm a city bear? How do they know this?
I don't think we want to get involved in this. But the only way out of here is past those skunks. Oh, go find.
Yeah, okay, cool. We're gonna go find their kids. I've been doing that. Shut up. Tutorial, I swear. Like, I can just fucking yeet them because they're stank. And there's that mean Scottish, like, squirrel that throws acorns at you. And he does that still, and it's very annoying. Oh, it's this bitch.
Where do you think you're going? Who this little punk think he is? Come on, Ellie. I warned you. Squirrels ready.
I can just run through this. Dog. Anyways. Shut up!
Some of the animals in the forest don't like you yet.
Oh my god, why don't they like me? That's ridiculous. Oh my god, why won't it let me...
Am I landing? Stay away. Shut your peggy mule deer.
Just let them talk. Oh my god, I can run by. Bye! But yeah, and let's see, this 2006. This game is weird too, because it's Ubisoft. And Ubisoft... No. I don't know why they wrote their name on this. Not this one. That's a fucking different stupid-ass developer. Just kidding, it's not a stupid developer. Or publisher. You can't see it because there's a tag in front of it, but the game case says Ubisoft. Let me find... There, I got the book. Yeah, I have it complete in box with the manual. It's atrocious, but it's a fucking Ubisoft game. They put their name on that. They saw it and were like, that's mine. That's mine. I don't know why they did that. I didn't think Ubisoft was hurting that much in 2006 that they needed to put their name on open season, but they did. I'd imagine it made money because I fucking had it. Yeah. Here we go. Developers. Oh god, it hurts to read this because it's Canadian as fuck, and I want to root Canada, but no, because the developers for open season is Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft Quebec. Same place, by the way. Montreal's in Quebec. I don't know why the fuck they put two different... Don't know how it's two different developers. One considered Montreal and one considered Quebec, just like separate. But then, yeah, publisher, Ubisoft. So this is all Ubisoft. Their name is all over this shit. But this one was on Xbox. Okay, so let me tell you right now. So it was made in Unreal Engine 2.0. A little outdated. It was released in September of 2006. Probably not long after the movie. And let's see, we got Game Boy Advance, GameCube, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, Wii, Microsoft Windows, Xbox, and Xbox 360. This game was on everything. If you had the system, you had this game. It was on it all. Ubisoft made sure they were going to get their bag no matter what. And I don't even know if they got their bag for it, because holy fuck. I don't know how many people were buying it. I'm trying to look through and see what we got here. Mini game. Yeah. There we go. Gameplay. When players beat the game, they can play the mini games they unlocked in single and multiplayer. I think you can play multiplayer like just in the game then. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. Oh, I'm just supposed to like vibe out on the logs? Cool. Why are they so panicked? If you don't know, I'm Boog. If you guys didn't pay attention to that part. Why are they so panicked? Anyways. I'm killing this shit. What the fuck is going on? What's Shaw doing? He's going crazy. Damn. I fucking won. Anyways, that's a mini game. That's about as complicated as they get, I'm gonna assume. Whatever. Reception. I just wanted to look at Metacritic. Again, IGN. IGN actually. Oh my god, no. IGN actually like gave this shit pretty high. It got fucking pretty high reviews, like higher than Barnyard. Even though I've heard more good things about Barnyard than Open Season. We're looking at a lot of 6s and a lot of 7s. Barnyard didn't even exceed 6. It didn't exceed 6 as a rating, but this one's got like 7.1. Fucking, of course, the Wii copy, extremely low. 49 out of 100 if you're looking at Metacritic. There's no Game Boy Advance review for Metacritic, but there is for game rankings. But for the DS, Metacritic gave it 72. GameCube only got 59. PC got 58. PS2 got 57. 49 for the Wii. 59 for the Xbox and Xbox 360. The ones that gave it 7s was IGN and GameSpot, which atrocious. Again, do you see the like the way that differs from Metacritic? Like, holy shit. The only one that's similar to Metacritic is the 7 out of 10 for the DS. It seems like the DS and Game Boy Advance versions of the game were like the superior copies of this game, which strange because I mean I grew up pretty poor, like pretty low income, so I didn't have handhelds. If we had a game system, it was for the house, so it was one thing, and that was the one we had. So I had a PS2. I played this shit on PS2. And I advocated for that game. I thought that game was great on PS2. But PS2 is one of the lower rated versions of this game. Oh, God. This game is a lot. It hurts my brain a lot. It's a stressful time. We're going to what I consider peak media because I haven't played it in recent times. So I haven't been able to ruin it for myself the way I ruined Open Season. And that is Over the Hedge. We're talking about Over the Hedge. This game, from what I recall, this is the better of these movies turned to video games. Again, people say Barnyard's great. I've never played Barnyard. I don't know. Shred me apart in the comments. I couldn't tell you whether I like Barnyard more than Over the Hedge. I can tell you I like Over the Hedge a whole lot. That game is great. If I mention that shit in front of my mom to this day, she goes, "Oh my god, I love that game," as an adult woman, and she's an adult woman then too, obviously. So that has to have some sort of standing here, and that is that Over the Hedge is good as a movie and potentially as a game. And this game right here, this is my shit. PS2 copy and all. The back game little bits look ugly as fuck because it's a PS2 game, but back then that shit was crazy. This shit went hard. But I can tell you right now, just like all the other ones, story mode is just the movie with game mechanics. And that's the thing with these games. That is all they are. Like Toy Story, like we're talking N64, Toy Story, Monsters Inc. Like we're talking fucking all the Shrek games that have ever come out aside from party games. We're talking any movie made to video game. The plot, the main story is just the movie story, but with game mechanics, so it translates a little different, but it's still that plot. It's still the same thing. So if you've seen Over the Hedge, you know the plot. If you haven't, I can give you a rough rundown of it because I haven't watched that movie in years. Basically, all these animals going into hibernation soon. They don't have a lot of food, and this raccoon fuck comes along, and he's like, "Y'all tried eating the human food? Y'all try stealing from them?" And then they basically become like a big group of thieves who just steal people's food from in their house instead of their garbage. And it becomes a big problem, and then they piss off a bear because the raccoon is dumb fuck, and he pissed off a bear. Or like the whole point was that he was stealing all this for a bear because he fucked up the bear's hibernation shit. So he just like was indebted to him, had to get it back for him or he's gonna die. Basically the final boss is a bear. Big grizzly bear. Or is he a black bear? I don't know. Either way, the main thing is you're stealing food from people. And so the main missions in this game is that it's like stealing from people's homes and shit.
Hey, this doesn't look so bad.
See, this game's already like
Great, let's move out.
significantly more in depth and cooler than Open Season. That's crazy. See, I knew I liked this game for a reason. Now it's gonna be fun. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well that's fucked. What? No. Oh, I can switch who I am. The fact that I have to fucking throw this is crazy. No! Fuck off! They keep getting in each other's way. There. I don't want to be Vern. Bam, give me that fucking CD. Come on! Hell yeah. Got another movie. So wants us to disarm the traps. But to get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Go away. Give me the chef hat. Yes! Oh my god! I forgot about the hats! I forgot about the fucking hats! Oh shit, this is the best game ever. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep playing this forever. Bam. That was awful that I could change characters like that. And it, who would have thought this game also has mini games and has a multiplayer section. Okay, we got our hat. That means the minigame shit's gotta be here. Level select. You tell me the minigame shit is not here?
Lou, don't say that. We have each other.
We do level select and see if it's here. There it is. There it is. We got a few. We got... Oh no, we just got one. We got range driver. We're gonna do that. Oh shit, okay. This is a fucking wait, this is actually awesome. Hold on a minute. I was gonna shit on this. This is actually really fun. It was a skeleton though. Oh, snakes. It changed. Oh shit, it changed again. Time's expired, you lose. Ah, shit. Go back to the woods, I guess. Mini games. That's the most important part of these. I'm kidding, it's not. I will say there's one mission, it's like the final boss thing in this game. It's stuck with me since I was a child. And it's that you fight the bear from inside the hedge. And he like swipes his arms in there and shit. I remember that very vividly. Playing that as a child. And again, when I mentioned to my mom, she's like, "Oh my god, when we had to fight the bear in the hedge." Oh, this was what I was talking about. This wasn't even a boss fight. What the fuck? This is so early in the game. Holy shit. Okay. Why is this happening so fast? I'm like in awe of how quick this happened. I'm hitting everything.
Look what the hedge dragged in.
Hi, hey, you're not still mad about losing all your food, are you? You sure look mad chasing us back there.
Hey, point to Vincent. He can explain. Better yet.
Oh my god,
No
see?
Run for it.
It's the thing, I mentioned it. But I'm somehow it happens earlier. Why did I think this was a boss fight? When this is like I'm only been playing this game for 20 minutes. It's like this game had something memorable to it. Cuz open season, I remembered playing it as a kid, but I didn't remember anything in particular about it. I just remembered playing the game. I just remembered the game as a thing that I played. But I couldn't tell you a mission. I couldn't tell you a game mechanic. I couldn't tell you a boss fight.
To rubber, metal to rust.
Hey, I saw something in a human house the other day.
What did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, I switched characters. I want to be RJ. I can select a hat. Excuse me?
All the stuff we got. We're terrific.
Jump onto the tree. Oh. Oh! Shit. I want this hat. No, what? I don't want this hat. No! This is the conclusion of this video. These early 2000s, like, movies made to video games, some of them need to be kept in our memories, in nostalgia, and maybe not revisited, because it ruins the memory of liking it as a child, I think. I'm not, like, I don't know. That's up for debate, because you're gonna watch this video, and if you're watching this video, you might have been disappointed in how the game turned out after so long. But I will always have fond memories of these games. At least, like I said, I have never played Barnyard, so at least that I recall. But I have played Open Season Over the Hedge, and I have very fond memories of playing them as a child. And even though Open Season disappointed me, and potentially Over the Hedge did, I still remember liking them as a child. I still remember enjoying these games, and if you still enjoy them today, that's your prerogative. I just know I was a little sad that Open Season didn't hold up the way it was for me when I was 7 years old, playing it on my PS2, laying on my living room floor, looking up at the TV. But they're fun. They're fun for what they are. If you don't have the high expectations of your like adult brain, and you kind of just like revert yourself back to like remembering what you were like as a kid, they're all right. They're not great, but the memories that they made were pretty good if you still have some of those memories. but yeah, like I said earlier, I just think that a lot of the issue with them is that there's no new content. It's like it's story mode is the movie. It's the movie you watched. It just has a game mechanic added to it so that you can actually play it instead of just watching and hearing dialogue. They had to add something for you to do, and it's a 3D platformer. So of course it's just you're gonna run around and do something, but it's gonna evolve. It's gonna help with the plot. It's gonna be basically the same thing that happened in the movie. It's just a little out of place because the movie progresses faster at that point than the game does. You're doing these little things that were not a thing in the movie because they needed it to make it a level. And I just think that doesn't work. I think a lot of times it doesn't translate well. At least to our adult brains. As a child, it probably translated beautifully to us. But as an adult, it doesn't translate well. And I think it's, like I said earlier, it goes back to the fact that there's not, the content's there. There's nothing else to add. The plot's finished, and it was a short plot that fit in an hour and a half of a movie. Similar to, again, like shoving a whole game into a movie just doesn't work because you have a 16 plus hour video game. There's so much plot to that game. There's so much going on to get from point A to point B that to condense it down to a movie that's only an hour long, it just doesn't work. It feels rushed. It doesn't work that way. Whereas with these games, it feels drawn out because the movie is a lot shorter than what the game ends up translating to, right? And then again, they add these mini games for the multiplayer aspect because again, they're kids' games, so they're expecting kids to play them together. Siblings to sit at the TV together and play them. So they all add these like weird mini games to like make it more exciting. When in reality, they're just kind of shitty party games. But yeah, I think in conclusion, we maybe should leave these types of games in our fond memories instead of actually picking up the controller and playing them again. I could be wrong. If you want me to fucking play them seriously, I will. We gotta finish Sly 3 and Cult of the Lamb first, but maybe we'll pick them up. I don't know. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little longer than I thought I was actually going to manage to talk about these games. But I managed. And I think I'm pretty impressed that I managed to get the amount of time in that I did. But if you enjoyed this style of video, like let me know down in the comments if you want me to talk about any other specific type of game or game series. I'm more than open to suggestions on that. For this one, I was just hit with like an inspiration to do this because I had gone to a retro game store and bought those two games, and I was like, oh my god, like these definitely came out around the same time, and there was definitely an influx of these games, like this style of game. Let's talk about it. And you know, we talked about the three main ones, like the three big ones that weren't Shrek, at least. And they aren't even that big. They're like fucking shitty. But the point is, we talked about a few of them at least. But yeah, so if you enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more videos of this style, let me know. Maybe I can get back into my best of the worst series if you're into that. If you want more videos like this where I just talk about, again, a broad topic of type of game, I'm definitely open to suggestions in the comments. So just let me know. And again, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make it Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you on Friday.